Hey guys, my name is Ribbon Phoenix and welcome to the Structure of Man, Learn to Draw the Human Figure from your Mind Training course. Okay, so in the previous lesson we had looked at understanding how we could quickly draw out the ear on the human head, right? So it really depends on how you want to draw it. You can even draw it out much more outer if you wanted to, right? So now all we have to really do is understand how to construct the lips, which is a very simple concept, and from then on we can move on to the next stage. Okay, so to understand the lips, basically what we need to do is just remember that this is the center line based on the division that we did, right? This is conceptually the center line where the teeth are meeting. So to understand this, it's going to be very simple. Here we're just going to draw a center line over here like this. Let's just draw it kind of big over here. Right, so this is where the teeth are meeting. So here I'm just going to draw this into a box. Okay, so the thing to understand about the lips is that wherever the center line is, right, above this is where the top lip is going to be, and below this is going to be the bottom. And the other thing is where this is ending over here has to end where the center of the eye is, right? So basically where this guy is. You're going to get like this line over here, okay? So what this means is that if we basically draw out this long rectangle over here, like so, and here we're just going to divide this in the center, right? And then here just put from here to here, just put a mark here, and then from the center of this put another mark here. So basically what happens is that here we know this is going to be very simple to concept to understand. Over here we're going to have these two lines over here. We know that this is going to be the top of the lip, right? You're going to get those two lines here on the top. So when this line happens is that over here this part here is really coming more towards you like this, right? So the best way to understand this is that this part here from here to here is coming more towards us, right? It's like a ball shape here in front of the lips. So what happens is from here it's going to start to curve over here to go out, right? It's going to be like this, and when it curves it's going to go down this way, right? So here I'm just going to do a very simple curve like this, and then do a very simple curve like this, right? So this is the top, and then from the top it's going to come back down, but when it comes back down it needs to be on a concave, a curve that's going in this direction, right? It has to be a curve that's going in this direction for the lips, right? This is a general understanding of the lips that I'm showing you, because again, just like with the eyes, you're going to get very big variations of it, right? So this line is only there to show you that it's on a curve. So here basically I'm going to put that line here because this is where that circle is, where all the muscles were meeting, right? So this line here usually appears on a lot of people if you look closely, and even if you look at your lips in the mirror you'll start to notice these things here, right? So this here is just going from here inwards over here, right? So let's just erase these lines here that we put for the curve over here. Okay, so now the thing about the lips is they're not going to be symmetrical like the way we're drawing it here, right? We're just giving you a general idea, because by the time you draw it, usually they're going to be a little different, right? It's just going to be organic. That's all we need to remember from this. So where we have this line, you're going to now get the bottom, and the bottom generally has this curve here, and then it starts to come back in, and then when it comes back in it wants to come over here, right? Not over here, but when it comes over here it just basically disappears, right? So here we're going to do the same thing. It's going to want to come here, and basically it's just going to disappear, right? So what happens here is is that when it comes over here, it's just going to flatten out. There's going to be a flat area over here for the lips, right? So this means that this is all going to be flat, and then you're going to get like these two balloon shapes over here, right? It's like curving up, right? So under here, like you're going to get like these two lines here, right? Generally speaking, and this is going to be the bottom area over here before the area for the chin. Like if you have a double chin, it would be here, and you get this area over here. And then where this is, so basically the top lip is always a little more darker, and the reason for this is because it's on the top, and the light is going to have a much more difficult time hitting it, right? So this area here, where this is, you're just going to get this to be a little more darker, but when it starts to come over here, it's going to start to become much more lighter because more light is hitting here now, right? This is like a basic conceptual understanding of it, right? So this balloon shape that we put really is just going to go like it's going to be here, but it's going to get like a shadow over here like this, right? And obviously it's just going to go like this, right? So, and of course you get all those lines on the lips, right? You're not going to get too many, but just but if you want to put all those details down, this is you would like put like all these little lines here on the lips. They're going to be very subtle anyways, right? So here in the bottom, it's going to be the same thing. It's just going to be a little more shaded over here, but just note that this is the flat area over here. So it's really just flat, 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 and it's going to just come in over here like so, right? Really not much is going on under there, right? So the other thing to understand about this is that the lips, if you have your nose over here, let's say this is going to be your nose. We already know how to do the nose. We're going to get the nostril over here, right? And this is where, let's say, your bone structure is, and this is going to be the line for the teeth, right? So what's going to happen is that we already know that the lip, where the lip is, it's going to be, it's going to have a fat area, right? So this generally is the thing to understand about this, is you're going to be above this, right? So when the top lip comes, it's going to be like this, going a little down. You're going to have this, right? Conceptually, it's just going to go here like this. Okay, and then you're going to get like this line over here. So the thing to note about this is that when the bottom lip comes out, it's just going to be going like this. You're going to get your chin, right? So this is the bottom disappearing. So the thing is that it's on an angle, right? So keep that in mind. Okay, so to finish this off, basically all we have to do is really just add the lip over here. It's going to be very easy. We already know that, right? I'm just going to get that design here, and this thing is really just going to go more towards the bottom over here, like so. Right here, I'm just going to put this in as a, let me just erase that first. Here, I'm just going to put this in over here and go like this, right? So over here, obviously you'll get the other side, and this is going to be the bottom, right? So you can see how easy that was. Really nothing to it, right? This is just flat over here, and then you're going to get this idea over here in the curve, and obviously this is just going to be a little more dark, right? This is a very simple concept to get. So now we've understood all the features of the human head that we wanted to. So now we're going to go through a really remarkable process in understanding, really getting to the idea of how does the mind start to form this concept of one, this idea of the blob. So that is that we know from what we've been doing that really the muscles are so thin on the human head, is that really is just going to be the skin. The skin is going to be what's going to cause the features of the surface anatomy to happen, right? These muscles are here to really, they work as a pulley system when they pull, right? So example for this, there's a, you know that there's a line here where somebody smiles, right? And this line will happen is because these will pull the skin which is attached to the lip, and when that's pulled, the area over here doesn't have anywhere to go and it just overlaps itself, and then this is why you get like this line over here, right? So these are the things are in surface anatomy that are understood differently than they are in the human figure, right? The human figure has much more bigger muscles, so we know that that's going to be the main reason why we need to understand the muscles. But when it comes to the human head, we have to look at it much more differently. And this is where we're going to now begin to understand the concept of understanding the human head in a 3D form, right? We're going to understand the planes of it so we can get to the bottom of the surface anatomy. And from then on, we'll begin to really grasp the concept of, okay, understanding the muscles is one thing, then now we have to grab that concept on paper in a 3D idea of being able to draw things out in basic shapes so we can just draw it out very fast. So I'll see you in the next lesson. Thanks.